Hello YouTube, pipe smoking plumber here. I am smoking a Cobb Morgan, and in it I have what's left of Black Magic Woman that Okie cigar and pipe smoker sent me, Dale. So thank you, I really enjoyed it. It's a really good smoke. I also like the Boswell's, which I finished yesterday, Boswell's Pennsylvania Dutch Treat. I really enjoyed that too. So I thought I'd make a video, a VR to Padre Piper. So I really enjoyed watching the videos of the others in the pipe community that made their VR, and it's for me, I really think it's great when somebody finds what they like to do and really enjoys it. Um, for me, it hasn't been so much the case. I don't I don't know. I feel like I haven't found what I um, was meant to do, so to speak. But maybe there's time. Anyway, I'll tell you a quick story. But when I was in high school, I guess what I wanted to do was I loved golf. I was a pretty good golfer, so I kind of wanted to pursue that or hockey. And of course, when I turned 15, 16, I got more interested in girls and cars and just having a good time. So that kind of happens. With me, I was born in Winnipeg, which is in Canada here. And from 7 years old to 15, we moved 5 times. And the reason for that, my dad was from Austria and he had a trade as a flour miller. So he was very good at what he did. And head flour miller kind of looks after the production of the mill. And so he was able to take mills and bring up their production, which of course made more profit. So they would always ask if he wanted to move. So which each promotion, where he kind of stayed in the same thing, but he made more money, we would move. So from Winnipeg at 7, we moved to a place called Strathroy, which was a small community in Ontario, and lived there for a couple of years. Then from there we moved to Midland, Ontario, and stayed there for 4 years, and that's actually where I started golf and had some friends there. And then sadly we moved again to Saskatoon and only lived there for a year, and I continued to golf. And then he had an opportunity again to move to Montreal, so we moved from Saskatoon to Montreal, Quebec, which was quite a change because there it's French and I wasn't bilingual. And anyway, it was a great experience. We lived there for a year. I actually have a couple of friends that I met in school. So I went from a country school from grade 8 to taking a bus to 7,000 students in one school. And of course the French and English, there was a little bit of a, you know, not so friendly give and take there. But they changed the school at that point to an English school, so there wasn't so much of a mix. So that was an interesting happening. And then we lived there for a year, and I couldn't golf because of where we lived. We lived in West Island, but the expense of everything, and I still couldn't drive, so there wasn't any golf courses close to us. And then I ended up going from there to Medicine Hat in grade 10. And so I finished high school out in grade 10. So I never really felt settled. And I just enjoyed, I never had any goals. I never really, you know, I don't know, I guess I didn't take life that seriously. I always admired somebody that knew what they were going to do, whether it was an accountant or something, and I just never had that. I just really enjoyed having fun with my friends and living for today. And so I continued to do that right up to, I left home at 18 and moved to Calgary where I am today. And then I started my career. So I actually started as a chimney sweep, got a job there, and that was really interesting. I enjoyed that and the interaction with people. I started my own business after that as a chimney sweep. But the funny thing there was, as soon as I'd make enough money, I would just go out and have fun and meet up with my friends and spend the money until I had to work again. So I wasn't very consistent. Never learned the proper, well, I learned how not to run a business. And then I sold cars for a few years, and I really enjoyed that. That came really easy, and it didn't seem like a job for me. And of course, you know, you're feast and famine, but I enjoyed that you made money um, on your own. It's based on your performance. So I always had a pretty good work ethic that was given to me by my dad. And then I thought I should get a real job, so I ended up getting into plumbing and worked in commercial plumbing and worked my way up and started running jobs. And then eventually I got into residential plumbing, worked for a few companies, ran a couple of companies, and then I am where I am now, where I had my own business and I had a couple employees and it was going really good. I specialized in residential new construction and did well until just recently. You know, not super well, but good enough to live a comfortable living. I have 3 kids, and so we did all right. But now the crunch has come, so it has hit me there. You know, plumbing has been good to me. I've always been a hard worker, but I never really liked there's always a grind. You got to kind of have an edge to you to get this stuff done. So, you know, people that you're talking to. So from being a lighthearted person, the trades kind of moved me into like, you know, you need to get this done and cut the crap and let's go. And then always the pressure that you're never fast enough or good enough, and you know, so then you're only as good as your last rough end. So there's a constant pressure there, and over the years I really hate it. Plumbing itself, the trade, the knowledge, that's all good. The freedom that you get, I've always liked to work outside, that type of thing was positive. But overall, just never had that great, hey, I'm going to work today. Like, I've never had that, like I've heard in some of you guys' VRs. So there's a bit of a parallel story to that on the spiritual side that's kind of interesting. But that's been my career. So up to there, I've had 3 kids. I've had my own company and still currently do. And of course, we're a little slow. So I'm not sure where the transition's going to be there, but hopefully we can come out of this. And I still have work, but it's not near what it was. And actually my son, Jackson, that's 19, he works with me and got into the trade. So that's nice that you can train your son and build that up, and he actually wants to work with you. So that's very special. But I told him, you know, maybe get a job in the commercial thing a little more consistent because we're not working every day right now. So thankfully my wife has a job, and hopefully it picks up. But that's where I am today, and I'm thankful for what the trades kind of taught you and built the character, and you know, I've always been self-sufficient, and I've kind of liked that. But at times like this, it's not as likable as when things are going well. So I'm definitely not unhappy, but I'm not happy. I always feel like there's something sort of left out in the table that I haven't really fired on all cylinders. So I'm hoping maybe as I turn 50 that maybe in the next few years, maybe I'll find my real calling. But anyway, I think I love watching it. I'm going to watch more of your videos. I just wanted to participate and share. And Padre Piper, I just love your videos. I love your enthusiasm. I love just what you project to the screen and contribute to the YTPC. So thank you for this VR, and it's been great. So take care, guys.